I bought a drone. I've bought extra drone batteries, uh, things that I have bought that are electronics from China.
Hmm.
I've bought two of them
Yep.
because potentially, let's say for instance, a DJI drone. Potentially, there may not be any support for your drone. So if you don't have another one, you're going to just be shit out of luck.
Yeah.
The other thing is like TikTok, potentially TikTok was going to go away and we saw how what they were going to do with the app. A lot of these electronics that are from China run off of apps.
Yeah.
So I have two questions for you. Have you been doing anything proactively as far as the products you purchase? Do you think other people are doing what I'm doing? And secondly, the app based things that we use from China, do you think if there's some kind of sanctioning and we get rid of them or whatever, will there be third parties here in America that create apps, or will we just have a bunch of bricked electronics?
Mm. Well, to answer your first
Was that a
question,
clear question?
it was, yeah. To answer your first question, I also, well, I use DJI as an example because that's what I use for my filming as well. I actually have duplicative drone scenarios going on here, like you do. I actually have three DJI drones, and so I have some backup. And like you said, for all practical purposes, the DJI setup works on apps. The drone doesn't work unless you update your software in your app. It won't fly. It won't take off. Um, do I think that that's a weakness? Yes. I do think that the bottom line is right now the Chinese make, in my opinion, make the best drones. Okay, so I mean,
Guaranteed.
specifically DJI for consumers, they make the best product by far, and we don't really have a lot of options. We definitely do not have, and I'm not saying there aren't good. There are some very good American drone companies out there, but they're not into the prosumer consumer market. They're making agriculture and defense and various other things.
And
Could we have
they're
drones
not
made in
they're not
America?
producing
Yes.
them nowhere near the quantity.
No. 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 Or the size. They're all largely the big drones. So we're at a weakness here with that. Do I think that I could end up with a bunch of paperweights in my truck? Yeah, I think that is a possibility. I am a pretty strong proponent of calling BS on all that argument that we had earlier with the TikTok, which, by the way, I think the deadline for the sale of TikTok and the quote banning of that again is coming up in another week. But I don't see that happening. I don't see them banning it. I think the reality is that most sane human beings have figured out that um, foreign governments, including the Chinese, have a lot better ways of spying on us and have infinite amounts of ways to track us, and we're being tracked by every single thing known to mankind, including your phone, your somebody's listening to us on Zoom right now. It's being transmitted on the internet. Anybody, North Korea could be listening to our podcast. So the reality is that I'm not the least bit concerned about security. I think that's a load of bullshit. Um, and I'm sure there's people that are probably listening out there that disagree with me, but I mean, unless you are a true nomad living off grid somewhere without any electronic devices and you don't go into any
Mhm.
town to get anything, you're being tracked, dude. Just let me tell you. So so I would say that I'm fairly optimistic that we're not going to ban as a company or as a country, we're not going to ban DJI, or we're not going to ban TikTok, or we're not. Now, having said that, I mean, yes, if suddenly Trump says we're going to put 300% tariff on all foreign drones, we got a problem. When I say we, I mean you and me, Phil. I mean, we've got an issue.
I know I got one.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess that's taking it down to the real level here. I've always been a strong believer and an arguer for when we talk about politics in any way, shape, or form. Everybody at the end of the day is really in it for themselves, regardless of what they say.
That's
right?
That's what politics is.
Exactly. Well, although you're going to get a whole fleet of people say, "Oh no, we're looking out for the best of the society," and bullshit. I'm calling bullshit.
No, that's the sales spiel.
Yeah, that's the sales spiel. Exactly. Am I okay with putting tariffs on automobiles or I don't know, like shit that I don't need? Yeah, I probably am less concerned about it. But if you telling me you're going to put it on drones or my iPhone or then all of a sudden, I wake up and go, ho, wait a minute here. I don't know. If you to go back to the very beginning of what you asked, I am where we are today. I'm not a strong proponent of tariffs.
Oh, I'm not either, because I'm the one that's going to be affected. It's that simple.
It's that simple.